So let's say you're new to your house and you've always walked around the block in order to get to the park. And then you realize that there's a gate in your backyard and you could just open it and go right to the park. Awesome. My name is Paul Basolka, Ivy Masters Learning Center at ivymasters.com. And today we're going to look at Test 5, Section 1, Number 2. And you'll see that Number 2 could be like that. Number 2 reads, the main purpose of the first paragraph is to what? So you may read the whole first paragraph in detail. Might take you a while, but remember, most important sentences in a paragraph are the first and the last. We're going to see if this paragraph, if we can answer our question just based on the first and the last sentence. Another thing about this question, it is not a main idea question. It is a main purpose question. So what you also want to do is you want to get some context. So we'll read a little bit after as well. So going up to the first paragraph, the first sentence reads, the Alcazar restaurant was on Sheridan Road near Devon Avenue. So it's telling us about the restaurant. And then last sentence, unless someone had upset a glass of water, the marks on page 177 are from tears. So before it's talking about the restaurant, after it's talking about a book, and then after that it says, while Limey read about the Peace of Paris signed on the 13th of May 1814 between French and Allied powers, his right hand had managed again and again to bring food up into his mouth. So it sounds like he's reading his history book as he is eating. So let's see if that's enough to answer our question. Answer choice A. Introduce the passage's main character by showing his nightly habits. If he goes to the restaurant every night, maybe. Answer choice B. Indicate the date the passage takes place by presenting period details. We didn't get anything there, at least, about the period details. It sounds like you're probably going to get something about the period details in the history book, but probably not the actual setting in the restaurant. And choice C, convey the passage's setting by describing a place and an object. Well, it started with the restaurant, so that could certainly be the place, and then it was talking about the book, so could be the object. And at the end, describing an object, it was telling you page 177 was wet, had some tears. Answer choice D, foreshadow an event that is described in detail later in the passage. We don't see that per se either. We could read the rest of the paragraph just to make sure, but the correct answer is going to be C, what we chose. Alcazar restaurant was on Sheridan Road near Devon Avenue. It was long and narrow with tables for 2 along the walls and tables for 4 down the middle. It sounds like it is describing the restaurant. The decoration was art moderne, except for a series of murals depicting the 4 seasons and the sick ferns in the front window. Limey sat down at the second table from the cash register and ordered his dinner. The history book, which was propped open, so it looks like, boom, right there. It's describing the restaurant before it. Now it's probably going to describe the history book. The history book, which he propped against ketchup and the glass sugar bowl, had been used by others before him. Blank pages, front and back, were filled in with maps, drawings, dates, comic cartoons, and organs of the body. Also with the names of messages no longer clear and never absolutely legible. So it sounds like, yes, it's describing the book. On nearly half of every other page, there was some marginal notation, either in ink or in very hard pencil, unless someone had upset a glass of water. Marks on page 177 were from tears. Yep, that hit the nail on the head. Answer choice C is your correct answer. So, it's a good idea to read the passage, but if you are pressed for time, read those main portions. First and last sentence, remember, are most important for each paragraph. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has difficulty identifying the main purpose of paragraphs or of passages. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.